Well, good morning, everybody. Um, it's Saturday, the 11th of April. The sun is shining. It's a glorious day out there. And normally I would start this particular mine blogs with a little resume of what's been happening in the sporting world in the previous month. But of course, there has been no sport in the previous month. And let's be 100% honest, if you're a West Ham supporter, that's probably a good thing. Um, but so there's been no sport in the previous month because here we are. We find ourselves as accountants in lockdown. Huge numbers of our clients are also in lockdown. So you know what? I think it's time for another one of my in practice blogs. So here we are at April the 11th, and as I say, the virtually the nation's in lockdown and accountants. First of all, let me just say well done to each and every single member, because I know throughout the country, members all over the country are in lockdown, but they're carrying on, they're working on behalf of their clients, they're doing the very, very best they can for them. So well done to each and every single one of you. Yes, as I say, what we're doing here at ICPA is we've been monitoring the situation, obviously, and we've got our COVID 19 publication, which we keep updating, but we'll only update it when there is concrete information to say. There's no point putting out stuff where we're still waiting for how the questions about how do we do it rather than what it is. Unfortunately, there's been this communication gap, hasn't there, with the government putting things out saying this is what they're going to do, and then we have to wait until they tell us how they're going to do it. And of course, what that's meant for all our members is that their clients are saying, oh, how can I get it? How can I get it? And we've not been able to tell them, have we? But as I say, our publications are there, they're online, please have a look at them. They're full of tremendous links. All the links will refresh, so they'll keep coming for you. If you remember, go and check them out. If you're not a member and you haven't got them, if you want to email me, Tony, Tony, at icpa.org.uk, I'll send you a copy of it. But the important thing is that we as accountants, we do our very best for our clients, and we do as much as we possibly can to help them get through this period. I'm going to be talking in the next couple of sections about the main elements of what the government are doing and how we can help our clients and what's going on. So as I say, first of all, a big thank you to every single one of you for doing your best for all of your clients and for the profession. I want to say a personal thank you to the ICPA staff who have supported me. They're all obviously working from home, and we're all linking in together and doing our very best. If some of the emails take a little bit longer to get through to you, or if maybe we're not as quick to pick up the phone, do bear in mind what's going on, and we are here doing our level best. The purpose of this blog is not to be to go through all the provisions and everything. As I said, we have our publications on COVID-19 that go into a lot of detail and that give you everything you need. This is my personal blog about what I'm finding, what's going on in practice. What I've been pleased to notice, the first tranche of things coming through, finally pleased to notice, I've been talking to lots of members and asking them the questions, and the council seem to be stepping up to the plate. And here we are on the 11th of April, and I've had lots of reports of people saying the loan system is now coming, the grant system is now coming into play. The councils are getting in touch, people are going to the council websites, and it's looking like already people have reported funds have been in clients' bank accounts, and in fact are in clients' bank accounts already. So that's a very good thing that we're hearing, and it seems to be being dealt with pretty quickly now. I will, however, point out that the loan situation, the wonderfully named, I better read this, don't want to get this wrong, the Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Scheme, or known as CBILS, the Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Scheme. Well, I think that's probably a whole other issue, isn't it? As recent as it was on the 7th of April, City AM were reporting that there were an astonishing 2022 loans made. 2022 is nothing. It's absolutely nothing, is it? Members I know have been in touch saying, do you know what they're asking, Tony? We're in lockdown. The clients are in lockdown. We've got to get information. It's not been the greatest of starts, has it? Here we are on the 11th of April, and only now we're starting to get some of the more fintech companies getting involved in the loan scheme, getting the permission to do it. I think Starling have got it. I know iWalker are moving very close to getting it. And I think when those guys get on board, it will be quicker. But, the loan scheme seems to me, if you're big enough, you get it. If you're small enough, You know, you may get it. You've got to go through hoops to get it. But as accountants, if we can help our clients, let's do it. Let's get them loans for them. Of course, if they're necessary, because remember, it is a loan, and you're still going to be on the hook for what, 20% of it. So, is it the right thing to take? Let's be certain that our clients are making the right decisions here. And going forward, and we will get out of this, let's not forget that we can talk to clients who are not in the cloud, who do not have the most up-to-date of systems, how nowadays how important it is to have accurate information speedily and quickly. That if they are in the cloud, how much easier would it be to get these loans? So let's not forget that one going forward. So those are the two things that we've seemed to have heard. And obviously, we've heard about the self-employed scheme, and we know what's going on there. We're waiting, aren't we? We're just sitting waiting. We're waiting for that to come. That's going to come, was it June time? Is it too late? In my humble opinion, it is too late. There's going to be an awful lot of people having to go on to benefits because of it. But, let's be 100% honest. I've been very critical of governments in the past, and certainly HMRC. But this is a time not for silly criticism. This is not a time for point scoring. It will come. It will come in June. I wish it had come earlier, but that's the situation, isn't it? Now I'm going to talk about the next bit, the latest one, which has finally got the meat on the bone, which is on the furloughing scenario. Well, finally, what I want to talk about on this particular in practice video blog is the final part I say it's the final part, but one of the major parts that we are all going to have to get involved in, and that is the payroll scenario, where our clients are going to be able to furlough their staff and get 80% funding for it. I'm not going to go through the calculations and all of that, because again, it's all on the website and we've got all that information there for you. But what I will say is this: first of all, a lot of people have said to me, well, we've got to be able to do this for our clients. We've got to be able to do this. And we've been waiting on tenterhooks, haven't we? And it was only on, in fact, I think it was Saturday morning, it could have been Friday, when they put out, as it were, the facts behind it. And we were relieved to say that agents, will be able to do this on behalf of their clients, because I really didn't fancy trying to get to some clients to say, you've got to do it yourself. I dreaded that. But what I've been faced with is a lot of phone calls, people saying it says only file by internet, people can't do it. What's a file by internet agent? I said, well, let's get, as far as we can see, if you act as an agent for payroll and you've got a 64/8, as it were, for your PAYE clients, and if you go on your gateway and look under your tax on payroll, PAYE, and you've got your clients listed there that you're doing payroll for, you are not a file by internet agent. I know you do file by the internet, but you're not a file by internet only. I think it's summed up by the fact that really file by internet is for bureaus, and basically they had a form signed called, if my memory serves right, it's an FBI 2, file by internet 2, whereby it said that people could file on their behalf. But if you are logged as an agent for PAYE on your gateway and it's sitting there in your gateway system, then you're going to be able to do whatever is necessary to deal with this. So first thing I would say to everyone is go online, check into your gateway, make sure none of your PAYE clients have fallen off, because we do know this. Why this happens, I don't know, but our own practice, every now and then you find, oh, blimey, they've disappeared, they've gone, and you have to resurrect them, which is a pain in the you-know-what. But, you want to get that done now, because this stuff's going to be happening around the 20th of the month, and today is the 11th, so you want to get them resurrected pretty damn quick. So that's, who's filed by internet, etc. One, and it is good news that we're going to be able to do it, I feel. Let me give one big word of warning to every single one of you out there at some juncture in this process, because obviously the government are going to refund, or not refund, are going to pay this money into the client's bank accounts. So if we're doing it, we're going to have to give bank account details. That's bank account, sort code, and account numbers. Now, if we're involved in that, and we have seen, people getting it wrong. If you get it wrong, that money is going to the wrong place. Yeah. So let's be double, quadruple certain. Make sure before you fire off any information with bank account details that you are 100% correct and certain. Get it checked. If in any form of doubt, make sure you get it right. Let's make sure that those funds go to the right account, because if it ends up in the wrong account, you know what's going to happen. This is not going to be good news. You're going to get hits on your PI and all sorts of things. So be very, it's a word of warning, be very, very, very careful about sending over that information. Make sure you get it 100% correct. Um, but people are saying to me again, should we be charging for this? Shouldn't we be charging for this? Obviously, that's down to each and every single one of you to make your own minds up about. My own humble opinion is that this is extra additional work that we're going to have to do. This is going to secure funding for our clients. The payroll function, let's be 100% honest, is not a huge amount of money. They are not charging masses for us to deal with their payroll. So I would have thought that most definitely a charge is reasonable in these circumstances, and it won't be a huge amount of money, whatever it is anyway, but I think it is reasonable. But that's going to be, I think, apart from those of us who've been involved with trying to get loans or helping our clients get loans under the loan scheme, this is probably going to be our very first direct involvement on behalf of our clients, other than all the information and help and support that we've been giving them throughout this period. This is going to be our first direct involvement. So, will you make a charge, won't you? As I say, it's an individual choice down to each and every one of you, but it's up to you. And you know what? I'm happy with whatever decision you choose to make, because accountants, we tend to make the right decisions at the right time, don't we?